What's up, everyone? This is David Allen with MBS Fitness, and today I'm going to show you a few faults that people commonly make in the dumbbell side raise. So, the first fault that we see is utilizing the traps to cause that motion. Alright, the side delt is what we were trying to work, so we want that to be the prime mover of that action. If the traps get involved and start elevating the shoulder, that's less work that the side delt is going to be doing. The second fault that I commonly see is going to be rotation of the shoulder joint, like this. Okay? What we want is the humerus to stay along the same axis and not to rotate forward and backwards. We want it to go straight out to the side, not to rotate that way or this way. So one way you can kind of prevent that from happening is think about pushing the dumbbell out instead of just raising the dumbbell up. We don't want that humerus to rotate either way because we're trying to work the side delt. We're not trying to work any of the rotating muscles of the shoulder. The third fault that I commonly see is bending the elbow too much. Now, people typically do this because it allows them to use more weight, but it's not necessarily creating more work for the side delt. Because the moment arm here is shorter than the moment arm here, you can see the distance difference in how far that dumbbell moves. So while you can use more weight this way, it doesn't necessarily mean that that much more work is being done. Now, there is obviously the seated side delt raise machine. And it's not that this is necessarily a bad movement. If you have trouble with rotating the shoulder, it is something that you can utilize to prevent that rotation. However, don't do this variation just because it allows you to use more weight. The fourth fault that I commonly see is too much body English when doing it. Typically see this kind of action occurring. Again, going back to the third fault, while it will allow you to use more weight, it doesn't necessarily mean that more work is being placed on the deltoid. All it's doing is allowing your entire body to get involved in the movement to create more momentum, more inertia, more force production overall. But again, that force isn't all coming from the side delt, it's coming from the rest of your body. It's not to say that some body English isn't okay or shouldn't be allowed to potentially finish out a set, but if we're trying to target that muscle, we need to make sure that the side delt is always the primary mover. So, a couple things to think about as far as how to make sure we're getting that good quality side delt raise. I like to think about pushing the dumbbell out to the side and flexing the delt. So I don't think about raising the dumbbell up, I think about pushing it out that way and flexing my side delt while doing that motion. Give that a try and stay tuned for more exercise technique from MBS Fitness.